Today we're going over combining rational numbers, integers, fractions, and decimals. Rules for adding and subtracting integers: like signs, add, keep the sign. Unlike signs, subtract, keep the sign a larger number. Minus sign, change to a positive, and change the very next sign to the opposite. Example: -3 minus -8. You turn both of those to positive, and you get -3 plus a positive 8, which gives you 5. For multiplying and dividing, you just use tic-tac-toe. Put your positives in the diagonal. Put all negatives, which shows you negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative. Negative divided by negative is positive, so it shows you all your rules for multiplying and dividing integers. Now we look at fractions. Right here we got -3/5 plus 1/15. So you find the common denominator, which is 15, because you could write out the least common multiples and find the ones that are in common. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's -9/15. Plus, the denominator didn't change, so therefore the numerator does not either. So you end up with opposite sign, subtract, you get -8/15 for your solution. You take the negative because 9 is larger than 1. Alright, the next one
We need Miss Wiggins' homeroom class go to the gym for pictures. Miss Wiggins' homeroom class goes to the gym for pictures.
Alright, so the next one, dividing. You cannot divide with a mixed number, so you multiply to the circle method. 4 plus 2, 5/2, dividing -2/5. Alright, so you got to flip the second one on the bottom one every time, so I end up with -2/5 times 5/2. Cross cancel. Cross cancel. My answer would be -1. Alright, next, adding decimals. I got -4.25 plus 0.2. I have to line up my decimals and put my zeros to placeholders. They're opposite signs, so therefore we are subtracting. So I gotta get 5, 0, 2 times 2 is 0, and 4. And I have more negatives than I do positives, so therefore my answer is negative. Multiplying, I do not have to line up my decimals when I multiply, so I'll just put them down here. I already know a negative times a negative will be a positive. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 2 is 6. Count the numbers to the right. 1, 2, 3, and then go backwards. So my answer is 0.675. Next, I want to divide. So right here, on the first one right here, I don't have to move the decimal. I just do 2 doesn't go into 1, 0, bring up my decimal. 2 goes into 12, 6 times. But if I do have a decimal in my divisor, I move it. And I move it, and I get 2 into 12. 2 goes into 12, 6 times. Alright. Moving on. Right here, we need a common denominator of 35 on both of them. We know 5 goes into 35, 7 times 7 times 2 is 14. 7 goes into 35, 5 times 5 times 2. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract 15 and 14, you get 1/35 because 15 is larger than 14. Change 7/8 to a decimal. Just divide 7 by 8. 0 decimal, drop a 0. 8 into 70 is 8. Gives you 64. 6, drop a 0. 7. 56. 4, drop a 0. 5. So our answer to this one is 0.875. What is the decimal equivalent to 5/12? So we got 5 over and then 12 on the outside. Divide it. 12 into 50 is 4. Obviously, because you look at the answers. 48. 2. Drop a 0. 1. 12. 8. 6. 72. 8 again, so that's 6 repeating. Our answer is D. Right here on number 4, we're dividing negative 4/5 by 2/5, so we're going to say negative 4 over 5 times, we have to multiply by the reciprocal, or keep, change the sign, and then flip 1 and 1, 1 and 2, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Alright, our next problem right here, we got a minus sign, so we change it to a positive, and change the sign that comes next. So, what signs you're going to add? So I'm going to keep the sign, so our answer will be negative 23. Next one, we have a minus sign again, so that's plus a negative. Always put your larger value on the top, and always line up your decimals. 7, 2 from 6 is 4, 1 from 4 is 3, negative 3.47. Alright?